I'm trying the video today from my lawn because it's really nice outside and the weather's fantastic and I just want to be outside. I've been inside all day today, but my neighbor is kind of staring at me, so I don't think he's a fan of the show. I just a hunch here. But I wanted to do this out here, so we're gonna do this. All right, here we go. It's Friday, and I'm gonna be addressing a question from last week that my friend Christian sent over via Twitter when I was doing the Twitter Tuesday. Soon to be replaced by Tallis Tuesday, since that seems to be what everyone wants when I was asking. But his question was, I need to know a good way to organize my players so they stop flaking on games. It's really disrespectful to my time when they just don't show up or schedule something else over our twice a month 2-hour game session. That really sucks. And I can speak from this, or to this, from two directions. As a GM who has had many players flake out on games, and as a player who has flaked out on games. So both directions, right? I have much knowledge and wisdom to give. When it comes to being a GM, because you said, let me see how you said this here. You mentioned a good way to schedule and organize my players. It's two different angles, right? So a good way to schedule, that's the GM side. And for a GM, what works best for you? The game is your game, ultimately. I mean, I guess it's all of your games, but the GM, that is the most important role at the table, right? You are the one that has to be there for the game to happen, unless there's multiple GMs. And if that's the case, that's fine. And some games do have that. But if there's not, and it's just you, the schedule has to work around you. You can't have a schedule where it's like 90% okay for you and 100% okay for everyone else, because then you're gonna be missing games, and that doesn't work so great. And not to say you have to play every single day. I mean, you're gonna have days off and everything, but yeah, you're gonna have to work it around you. Now there's a dog coming behind me at some point, so that's gonna happen. All right, so find the time that works best for you. Let that be your time, and let the players know when that time's going to be, because at the outset of the campaign they need to have an idea of what the regular schedule is going to be. That's the organize my players part. That's the part about telling them, making it a social contract in the beginning of the game when the game is going to occur. If you want the game to be every single week, tell them at the beginning of the campaign it's going to be every single week. Don't start it as a once a month game and then try to change it. It's really important that when you are running a game for friends or strangers, that that social contract of how often things are going to be is very clear early on. If you change things, you really do need to have everyone's approval of changing it, unless you're okay with having some of the gaming group, dissolve. I suggest that at the end of every game session, and I do this, you schedule the next game, even if it's every week, even if it's just a reminder, hey, we are playing again next Tuesday. Maybe it's Tuesday this week. We're playing again next Tuesday. The week after that, we're off. And the week after that, I might need to play Wednesday. Can we do that? Would I suggest that type of change or a type of schedule? No, because now you're bouncing around the week, and that sucks. You want to have it be kind of clear what it is. But let the players know at the end of the game when the next game is going to be. And it might be a good idea to have a regular check-in, be it possibly once a month, beginning of the month. Here is the schedule for the rest of the month for games. I think that could be very helpful as well. All right, now when it comes to players, if this is if you're in a campaign right now and your players are flaking, so I think the best time to do all this organizing is at the start of the campaign. If your players are flaking mid-campaign, I want you to try something called the SEAGAL method, and that is S-E-A.G.A.L, the SEAGAL method, which is share, educate, ask, grant, allow, and let. All right, so let's go through the SEAGAL method. This works wonders. This works great for me. I like this. This is what you can use if you're mid-campaign and your players are starting to flake. So share with your players how it makes you feel when your time isn't valued. You really need to do this. When you're talking to your players, have that conversation. Hey, this is how I feel when you're not at the game. And not to say you have to give this guilt trip every single game, but I'm talking players that are constantly showing up late or are calling out, you know, and just they sound like they're enthusiastic. Maybe I move my hand here. I need a selfie stick. I'm holding my hand extended here for the whole time. This is a workout. Players who were enthusiastic in the beginning, but now they miss 1 out of every 3 games. Share with them how you feel about that and why it's bothering you that they're doing it. You know, be honest. Educate them on the efforts and challenges it takes you to put the game together. What you face as a GM every week. Maybe they don't know. You know, players who haven't GM'd don't know how much time we have to put into our games. So educate them on that. Ask them individually and as kindly as possible why they're missing games. Just call them out and say, you know, individually, not in the group, hey, what's causing you trouble making it to this game? Why is this such a problem? Grant your players the opportunity to make suggestions and modifications to the schedule if possible. So if it's a bunch of players and it's not working out, give them the ability to at least offer some ideas of when the game should take place. Because maybe it'd be a better time for everyone, including you. Then allow your players a guilt-free zone to announce whether or not they really want to be at the table. This was my challenge. This is where, while I was flaking, I didn't like playing anymore. And I think I realized that. And it wasn't the GM I was with, it was just me. I didn't want to be in a regular campaign as a player. I wanted to be just a GM. And that's okay. And you want to allow your players that chance. You know, ask them, hey, are you enjoying this? Because if you're not, it's not a problem and it doesn't upset me and we'll still be friends, but maybe you don't belong at the gaming table, you know, in this group. Maybe this isn't the place for you because we all want to have something consistent. And then finally, let go of the players who don't want to be there or aren't going to be respectful of your time. So that's it. SEAGAL, S-E-A-G-A-L. I think it's a really easy method, and the last step of the SEAGAL method actually is just, it comes when you put the whole thing together. And you know, that's when you kind of go Steven Seagal from Under Siege and you launch your players Aikido style off the battleship of your game, you know, and just let them fly free like Tommy Lee Jones fired them out of a cannon. That made more sense when I was talking about it. Okay, anyway, that's it. We're gonna wrap things here. I will say, next week, we're gonna be back for Talos Tuesday and stuff, since everyone asked for it. And then tomorrow, I gotta think of something campaign-wise to say tomorrow. So I will see you all then. All right, play nice, see ya.